Good afternoon, dear students. Today we are going to see the topic isolation amplifier. Okay, isolation amplifier. This comes under the bio amplifiers. Okay, it's one type of bio amplifiers. So already we learned about differential amplifiers. So today we are going to see about isolation amplifier. In this bio amplifier topic, we just need to study these two amplifiers, that is differential amplifiers as well as isolation amplifier. The remaining topics, what is that, chopper amplifier, that you have to learn it. Okay, just you have to understand what is that. That's why I give it as the assignment. So have a look on that. That is instrumentation amplifier, then chopper amplifier. Okay, have a look on that topics. So today we are going to see about isolation amplifier. Okay, so what is isolation amplifier? It is also, this amplifier is also known as pre-amplifier isolation. Okay, this amplifier is also known as pre-amplifier isolation circuit. Okay, this amplifier is mainly used to increase the input impedance of a patient monitoring system. Okay, normally we know these amplifiers are used in biomedical field. In how we are using these amplifiers in biomedical field, that we are discussing. Okay, so this in isolation amplifier, it is used to increase the input impedance of the patient monitoring system. Okay, it also helps to isolate the patient from the device. Okay, it also helps to isolate the patient from the biomedical device that is connecting. Okay, so when we using this devices, there will be some accidental internal cardiac shock. So these all will be prevented by using this isolation amplifier. So it provide up to 10 power 12. Okay, this is not 10 power 12 ohm insulation between the patient and the power line in the hospital. It provide up to 10 power 12 ohm insulation between the patient and the power line in the hospital. So this isolation amplifier is normally used for providing the protection against the leakage current. Okay, in the biomedical recorder machine. So there, while using some electronic components, there will be some what, leakage of the current. So just to avoid that, we are using these type of amplifier, that is isolation amplifier. This figure shows the symbol of isolation amplifier. Okay, next we are going to see about the block diagram of this isolation amplifier. Okay, okay. In this isolation amplifier, the input is connected to the amplifier, then to the modulator, then to the LED or transformer primary, then to the photodiode, then to the transformer secondary, then demodulator, then amplifier, and we are getting the output. Okay, let's see in detail. So the input, what is the input? That is the signals that we are picking up from our body. Okay, that is the electronic signals that are obtained from the electrodes. Okay, signals obtaining from the electrodes goes to the amplifier block. What is the amplifier block? What is the purpose of this amplifier block? Just it does the amplification work. Okay, the amplifier does the amplification work, that is the increasing the amplitude of the signal. Okay, normally the signal that we are taken from the body, that is the electrodes pick up the electronic signals from the body. That signal is very weak signal, so just to increase that, we are using this amplification. Okay, just to increase the amplitude of the input signal. Then we are giving it to the modulator. What is the purpose of the modulator? Can anyone say what is the purpose of the modulator? This modulator, normally we are using the mainly used in transmission of the signal. Okay, if you want to transmit the signal for a long distance, means we need modulator, that is just mixing with the carrier signal. That is the modulator signal. Here in this we are using an isolation barrier. For this isolation barrier we just use optic fiber or transformer. Okay, optic fiber, or for this isolation barrier we are using optic fiber or transformer. Okay, if we are using optic fiber, we are giving the modulator output to LED. What we are doing, if we are if we are using optical fiber, means we are transforming the modulator output to LED. What is LED? Light emitting diode. Okay, so in this light emitting diode, the electrical energy, okay, the electrical signals are converted into light energy. What is the purpose of LED? It converts the electrical signals into light energy. Okay, so next, after converting into the light energy, again it transfers to the photodiode. It do the opposite of this LED. That is, it transforms the light energy into electrical energy, and then to the demodulator. There we demodulate the signal, and then to the amplifier, and then it passes to the output. Okay. Then if we are using this transformer, if we are using the transformer, means the modulator output is given to the transformer primary. Okay, the modulator output is given to the transformer's primary winding. So due to the mutual induction, this energy that is given in the primary block will transforms to the secondary block. Okay, due to the mutual inductions, that energy in the primary windings of the transformer will pass on to the secondary windings of the transformer. Then again it pass to the demodulator, and then to the amplifier, and we are getting the output. This is the isolation circuit. Okay, so what is the isolation? What here they're telling. So the input is given to the amplifier block, where the amplification takes place. Then it pass on to the modulator. Okay, it modulates the signal. Then for the isolation barrier we are using two things: optic fiber or transformer. If we are using optic fiber, means there are two things. We are using LED, and for the output section we are using photodiode. The LED transmits what? Electrical energy to light energy, and this photodiode converts this light energy into back to the electrical energy. And if we are using transformer, means we are giving the modulated output to the transformer's primary windings. Okay, then from this transformer primary winding, due to the mutual induction principle, the energy from the primary windings is transformed to the secondary windings. Okay, transformer secondary windings, and then to the demodulator, and then to the amplifier block. Okay, have you understand this? Okay. This is just the explanation. The electrical signals are obtained with the electrodes. The signal received goes to the amplifier block, where the signal's amplification occur. After amplification, the signal enters the modulation block, when either it goes to the isolation barrier, optical cable or transformer can be used. If in case of optical cable, modulator output travels to LED. The LED converts the electrical signal into light energy. If the transformer acts as the isolation barrier, modulator output converts the primary windings of the transformer. Energy from the primary transfers to the secondary windings based on mutual induction principle. At the next stage, the secondary outputs enters the demodulation block, and finally the amplified demodulated signal is obtained. This is all about the isolation amplifier, working of the isolation amplifier. Okay, so there will be an input section and output section. It is split. It is in the mid of that there will be some isolation barrier. So we are using two technique, optic fiber techniques or transformer section. In many of the application we are using optic fiber, or in some application we are using transformer. Okay, so from this we get the output after demodulating and amplification. Okay, have you all understand? Okay. Next, how this isolation amplifier, okay, how this isolation amplifier is used in ECG. Okay, so ECG isolation amplifier. So first, we know the signal from the different LEDs. We know for the ECG measurement there are, what we are using, there are various LED configurations, right? So from any one of the configuration it will pass on to the low pass filter. Here this electrosurgery filter, that is the low pass filter. Okay, this electrosurgery filter is the low pass filter. So from the LEDs, the output of LEDs, okay, the signals, the output from the LED configuration is passed on to the low pass filter. This low pass filter having a cutoff frequency of about 10 kilohertz. Okay, the cutoff frequency of this is 10 kilohertz. So this, what is the purpose of this filter? It is mainly used to reduce the interference, okay, interference caused by electrosurgery and radio frequency emission. So this low pass filtering is mainly used to reduce the interference caused by electrosurgery and radio frequency emission. Okay, this filter circuit is followed by high voltage and over voltage protection circuit. Okay, so while taking the measurements, if some large voltages will come, if the large voltage is coming during the defibrillation process, means it all will be overcome by this high voltage and over voltage protection circuit. That is, the over voltage or the high voltage is protected by using this high voltage or over voltage protection circuit. Okay, that is, this will happen during the defibrillation process. That is, the increasing in the voltage will happen during that process. And so now the signals are again fed on to the LED selector. Okay, LED selector, in which the required LED configurations and the output LED configuration is selected in this LED selector. Then this output of the LED selector is applied to the DC amplifier. Here this is the DC amplifier. So this DC amplifier received a standard DC voltage or 1 millivolt. Okay, this DC amplifier get a DC voltage of 1 millivolt. So this is a push button. This is mainly used for the calibration purpose. Okay, this standard 1 millivolt, this is a push button and mainly used for the calibration purpose. Okay, so this DC voltage of 1 millivolt is applied to the DC amplifier. Okay, so that is all here DC amplifier. Then this is the isolated power transformer. It is the, so the primary of the primary windings, here it is the primary winding. So the primary windings of the isolated low capacitance power transmitter is connected to the 100 kilohertz oscillator. Okay, so this primary windings is connected to the 100 kilohertz oscillator. Okay, so the secondary of this transformer along with the is connected along with the rectifier and filter circuit. This is the primary windings here and this is the secondary windings here. So the primary windings is connected to the 10 kilohertz oscillator and the secondary winding is connected to where rectifier and filter circuit. So this is mainly used to obtain the isolated power supply of plus or minus 6 volt. Okay, so the secondary winding of the transformer along with the rectifier and filter circuit is used to obtain the isolated power supply of plus or minus 6 volt for operating the device in an isolated portion. Okay, so next one is the synchronous modulator. Okay, the synchronous modulator. The synchronous modulator, it modulates the ECG signal from the DC amplifier. Okay, this synchronous modulator is mainly used to modulate the ECG signal from the DC amplifier at 100 kilohertz. Okay, another transformer is used to, so there is a, here in this ECG isolation amplifier we are using two transformer. Okay, first one is isolated power transformer and second one is this transformer. Okay, this transformer is mainly used to deliver the output from the driver of the modulator to the synchronous demodulator. Okay, the output of the demodulator, so here we are using synchronous modulator, then we are using a driver circuit, then to the transformer, then to the synchronous demodulator. The output of the demodulator is used as the input to the power amplifier. The output of the synchronous demodulator is used as the input to the power amplifier. The perfect shielding of the isolated pre-amplifier circuit in a separate case enables to achieve high common mode rejection ratio. So, if the perfect shielding is mainly used to achieve the high common mode rejection ratio, these are about the isolation amplifier. This is the ECG isolation amplifier. The output of this isolation amplifier is given to where given as the input to the power amplifier that we used in the ECG block diagram that we studied. So these are all about the ECG isolation amplifier. Have you all understand this topic? Okay, here we are using two transformers. One is isolated power transformer and the next one is the another transformer. So this shows the explanation of it. Just go through this. Okay. During the ECG measurements, the signals are generated from all LEDs and sent to the low-pass filter. This filter is named as electrosurgery filter because it decreases the interference between the electrosurgery and radio frequency. Next block is the high voltage and over voltage protection that can withstand large voltage during defibrillation. Then it goes to the LED selectors which select the required configuration. So LED selection, LED selection output goes to the DC amplifier. We have a transformer whose primary winding is connected to the oscillator and secondary windings to the rectifier and filter. The ECG signal is modulated with the synchronous modulator. So what is the use of modulator? Just using the carrier signal. The second transformer delivers the output from the synchronous modulator to the synchronous demodulator, and the output from the demodulator is fed as the input to the power amplifier. Okay, have you all understand this topic? Okay, today this is a simple topic and I hope you all understand this isolation amplifier. So thank you dear students.